reading passage 2, questions 14 to 21. Reading passage 2 has the 9 paragraphs A to I. Choose the correct heading for paragraphs A to E and the G and G to I from the list of headings. They have given us the total 11 headings. One they have already done for us, that's in the paragraph F. The answer is the 7th one. And 7th heading was the need to achieve the transport rebalance. How many questions that we are having? 14 to 21 comes out to be 8 questions. 8 questions, and we are having total headings for the 8 one is a 10. A fresh and important long-term goal. Word is a long-term goal. Charging for roads and improving the other transport methods. Solution das raha koi. Changes affecting the distances goods may be transported. Changes. Jehde affect kar rahe distances goods may be transported. Taking all the steps necessary to change the transport patterns. Upperly, second heading ch bhi usne apan improving other transport, and this is what he is talking about here. All the steps necessary. मतलब पहला solution ऊपर दसूंगा, बाद में आने चाहिए all the steps. Environmental cost of the road transport, escalating cost of the rail transport, the need to achieve the transport rebalance already done, the rapid growth of the private transport, plans to develop the major road networks, restricting road use through the charging policies alone. Charging policies लिखा गया, and the second heading we word charging मिल गया सी अपन. Second and 10th somewhat same लग रहे सी. मतलब जे पैराग्राफ दे विच लॉजिक वाइज गल करा तो एक साइमल्टेनियसली एक दूसरे दे नाल पैराग्राफ होने दे चांसेस हो सकते हैं, राइट. सेम फॉर डिस्टेंस गुड्स मे बी ट्रांसपोर्टेड. उस तो बाद ट्रांसपोर्ट पैटर्न्स की गल की गई सी. 11th one, transport trends in countries those who are awaiting European Union admission. Read them so that you just have idea kind of the words that they have used. Underline if you feel that is important, like a long-term goal, environmental cost, rapid growth of the private transport. Easily याद रख सकते हैं. European transport system 1990-2010. What have been the trends and what are the prospects for the European transport system? कितना दे trend रह चुके हैं, and what are the prospects for the European transport system? A paragraph. It is difficult to conceive of vigorous economic growth without an efficient transport system. Yeah, अच्छा transport network structure, infrastructure build होगा तो economic growth भी अच्छी होगी. Although conditional statements are always important. Although modern information technologies can reduce the demand for physical transport by facilitating teleworking and teleservices, comma. Next line, that is after the comma, what the examiner has written is very important. Although na gal kis paase kar rahe ho, technology development की गल कर रहे हो, and because of that teleworking, teleservices हो रही हैं. पर दूसरी साइड की कह रही सी, the requirement for transport continues to increase. There are two key factors behind this trend. Which trend? Transport या requirements लगातार बढ़ रही हैं. उसने क्या दो factors है गया. One is the passenger transport. The determining factor is the spectacular growth in car use, rapid growth, and same words आप पढ़ चुके हैं अपनी headings के बीच. बाद में example दे देती है उसने 3 million. The number of cars on European Union roads saw an increase. It meaning is again a rapid growth. Each year from 1990 to 2010 and the next decade, the European Union will see a further substantial increase in its fleet. Heading comes out to be the rapid growth of private transport, cars. The gal kar rahe si increase ho raha. 8th is the heading. Next very paragraph. As far as goods transport is concerned, growth is due to a large extent to changes in the European economy and it's a system of production. Always you have to understand the first line of the paragraph. की कह रहा हो? जब आप कहते हैं goods transport the concern the गल करते हैं तकी देखते हैं growth is due to what the large extent changes आया किस मामले दे विच in the European economy and its system of production ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ। ਹੁਣ system of production ਨੂੰ जगह change कर देंगे तो transport करना ज़रूरी हो जाऊगा। First line ਨੂੰ understand करो and then development we could see in the last 20 years ਹੁਣ देख रहे हैं अभी किहड़े changes आए कहंदा internal frontiers have been abolished. The European Union has moved from a stock economy to a flow economy. The phenomena has been emphasized by the relocation of some industries. First line, changes I see, relocation of some industries, particularly those, कितने relocation हुई है उस industries दे विच कहंदा, particularly those which are labor intensive, to reduce the production costs, even though the production site is hundreds or even thousands of kilometers away. First line to justify कर, right? कि इस मामले goods transport is concerned, growth is due to what? The large extent to changes I see. क्यों changes I see? उन्होंने production ਜਿਹੜੀ ਆ किस जगह ते ले गए सी? Those which are labor intensive, उन्होंने production cost घटाउण ਲਈ production sites ਨੂੰ hundreds or even thousands of kilometers दूर कर दिता गया from the final assembly. मतलब changes affect कर रहे सी distances goods ਜਿਹੜੇ कि transport ਕੀਤੇ ਜਾਣੇ ਆ. Option comes here to be changes affecting the distances goods may be transported. Third is the heading for the B paragraph. Right? Very clearly it says mentioned. C paragraph. The strong economic growth expected in countries which are candidate for entry to the European Union. The same I have read. ਜੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਦਿਮਾਗ 'ਚ ਰੱਖੇ ਹੋਗੇ at the time of the reading you can figure it out. Strong economic growth expected in countries ਕਿਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਕਹਿੰਦਾ expected ਹੈਗੀ ਆ strong growth in countries ਜਿਹੜੇ ਕਿ which are ਕਹਿੰਦਾ candidates for entry to the European Union will also increase the transport flows, in particularly road haulage traffic. Now the examples are there. Data ਦੇ ਰਿਹਾ ਲੱਗਦਾ ਮੈਨੂੰ, figures देख रही हैं मैंने उस ਤੋਂ थल्ले. In 1998, some of these countries already exported more than twice their 1990 volumes. Whatever जिन्ना भी export कर रहे सी 1998 से उस तो double कर रहे सी, and imported more than 5 times. Import कितना कीता? More than 5 times. And although many candidate countries ਜਿਹੜੇ कि enter करना चाहते हैं European Union inherited a transport system ਜਿਹੜਾ कि encourage कर रहे सी rail, the distribution between the modes has stepped sharply in favor of road. Obviously rail वाले पासे तो कट गया, तो road वाले पासे नु आ गया. Since the 1990s, between 1990 and 1998, road haulage increased by 19.4. Statistics, figures दे रहा मेरे. While during the same period, rail haulage decreased by this, and this could benefit the enlarged European Union. It is still on average at much higher level than existing. What he is talking about, statistics show कर रहे सी transport दे किन्ना दे ਲਈ ਕਹਿੰਦਾ ਸੀ ਉਹਨਾਂ 'ਚ improvement ਆਊਗੀ those who want to enter in the European Union. C paragraph, if I see my headings, transport trends, road वाली transport increase हो गया एक तरीके ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਕਹੇਗੀ, railway network ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ decrease आया, transport trends आ गए, meaning is a trend, usage of the road increase हो गई, rail ਦੀ ਕੱਟ ਗਈ ਸੀ. In countries though ਕੀ ਕਰ ਰਹੇ ਸੀ ਉਹ awaiting the European Union admission. 11th is the heading for your question number 16th one. D paragraph. However, a new imperative sustainable development offers an opportunity for adapting the European Union's common transport policy. ਹੁਣ sustainable development ਦੀ ਗੱਲ ਹੋ ਰਹੀ ਹੈ, ਕਹਿੰਦਾ opportunity ਦਿੰਦੀ ਆ ਕਿ ਇਸ ਮਾਮਲੇ European Union's common transport policy ਕਹਿੰਦਾ ਇਹ objective, sustainable development objective agreed by the Gothenburg European Council has to be achieved by integrating environmental considerations into the community policies, and shifting the balance between the modes of the transport lies at the heart of its strategy. ਹੁਣ sustainable development ਕਿੱਦਾਂ ਹੋਊਗੀ? ਕਹਿੰਦੇ the ambitious objective मतलब अपना goal ਆਪਾਂ ਕੀ ਕਰਨਾ ਚਾਹੁੰਦੇ ਆ, can only be fully achieved by 2020. कदों fulfill किया जा सकता है कहता by 2020, but proposed measures are nonetheless a first essential step towards a what? Sustainable transport system. First line भी यही कह रही सी, now the last line भी यही कह रहा step towards a sustainable transport system which will ideally be in place. कदों हो जाऊगा ये? On वाले in 30 years time, that is by 2040. If I would say कि मैं sustainable development ਨੂੰ achieve कर सकता हैं on वाले 30 years ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ, it meaning is I'm talking about the long term goal, right? And the word that we have read in the under the list of the headings, long term goal, a fresh and important long term goal. First is the heading for your 17th one. Next very paragraph. In 1998, energy consumption in transport sector was to blame for 28% of emissions of carbon dioxide, the leading greenhouse gas. ਗੱਲ ਕਿਸ ਦੀ? ਬਿਲਕੁਲ environment ਦੇ ਉੱਤੇ ਇੰਪੈਕਟ ਆਊਗਾ ਜਦੋਂ ਕਾਰਬਨ ਡਾਈਆਕਸਾਈਡ ਦੀ ਪਰਸੈਂਟੇਜ ਜਾਂ ਵੈਲਿਊ ਕੈਲਮਾ ਇੰਕਰੀਜ਼ ਹੋ ਜੂਗੀ। ਹੈਡਿੰਗਸ ਨੂੰ ਧਿਆਨ ਨਾਲ ਦੇਖਿਆ ਹੋਊਗਾ ਤੇ এনवायरमेंट ਦੇ ਉੱਤੇ ਨੈਗੇਟਿਵ ਵਾਲਾ ਆਪਣੇ ਕੋਲ ਵਰਡ ਸੀਗੇ। We could have to just justify. First line ਕੀ ਕਹਿ ਰਹੀ ਆ? Sector, transport sector was to blame for 28% emissions of carbon dioxide, the leading greenhouse gas. Now there is an idea, writing task 2. First idea आ जाऊगा, then we have to write down extension or support examples. Now what he is writing here, according to the latest estimates, if nothing is done, जब ਆਪਾਂ ਕੁਛ ਨਾ ਕੀਤਾ ਗਿਆ to reverse the traffic growth, ਜਿਹੜਾ ਕਿ ਆਪਾਂ ਕਹਿ ਰਹੇ ਸੀ ਕਿ manifold ਹੋਣ ਜਾ ਰਿਹਾ ਆ, carbon dioxide emissions from transport can be expected to increase by around 50%. कितने बार जाओगे? 50% to 1113 billion tons by 2020 compared with the 739 billion tons recorded in 1990. I'm talking about the impact ਜਿਹੜਾ transport system ਦਾ negative environment ਤੇ ਹੋ ਰਿਹਾ, greenhouse gases ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ increase ਆ ਰਿਹਾ ਹੈ hefty amount ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ. Heading for the question number 18th one, that's the environmental cost of road transport. Fifth is the heading for the question number 18th one. F paragraph they have already done, that is the 7th. G paragraph ta dikhna. 7th heading, I just want to read it again. The need to achieve the transport rebalance. क्यों सानू ज़रूरत है? क्योंकि already clear हो रहा है कि the paragraph E is just giving us an idea because of the increase in the transport. किस मामले च हुण carbon dioxide emission manifold rise करी जा रहा है, तो हुण उस आपां नू किस पासे नू जाना पऊगा? आपां नू achieve करना पऊगा transport rebalance, right? Now let's read G paragraph. हम solution देखते हैं कितना rebalance कर सकते हैं. The first approach would consist of focusing on road transport solely only through pricing, and this is the word that we have read. जो important words nu फड़िया होगा, we can give the answer without any hesitation. I could say very positively here. पहली approach किया would consist of focusing on road transport solely through pricing. This option meaning is I'm talking, see, sentences, ideas are well connected. And this option, that is the pricing की गल कर रहा मैं, would not be accompanied by complementary measures in other modes of transport. In the short term, it might curb the growth in road transport through the better loading ratio of goods vehicles and occupancy rates. जब आप charges लाएंगे तो हो सकता है goods share कर ले जाएंगे, हो सकता है right communal car parking आप हम पढ़ चुके हैं इस मामले में बिच भी. Passenger vehicles expected as a result of the increase in the price of the transport. However, the lack of measures available to revitalize other modes of transport would make it impossible for more sustainable modes of transport to take up the battle. Solely लिखा गया सी, alone. Pricing लिखा गया सी, charging option for the question number 19th one. Restricting road use through charging policy alone solely charging prices. 10th is the heading for the 19th one. Just read the headings first, so you must have an idea. Headings are talking about what? It's always easy, I would say, headings पढ़ेंगे, passage पढ़ेंगे comparatively, headings to understand करना easy है. And then you just have to find the gist of the paragraph. That would be easy for you. Sometimes the students do opposite, they read the paragraph and then they jump to the headings. First you must have the picture in the mind, it would be good. Now he is giving in each paragraph the second approach. It meaning is what? It's another solution. The second approach also concentrates on a road transport pricing, but, very important word, but is accompanied by color pricing nahi, but is accompanied by measures to increase what? आप increase करिए the efficiency of other modes. What it is? Better quality of services, logistics, technology. And if I just go through another solution, the मामले जो की रस रहा है ਆਪਾਂ ਨੂੰ other transport methods, right? Better quality of services, logistics and technology. Option for the 20th one comes out to be charging for roads and improving other transport methods. And second is the heading, and very clearly he has given us the other methods, other modes लिखा गया. Better quality of services, logistics दी गल कर ली जावे, technology दी गल कर ली जावे. 20th one, and heading comes out to be second. Last paragraph. Now he's saying the third approach, which is not new, नवी नहीं है, comprises a series of measures. की ਇਹਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਕਹਿੰਦਾ series of measures ranging from pricing to revitalizing alternative modes of transport and targeting investment in the trans-European network. Meaning is ਇਹਦੇ ਬਾਰੇ ਗੱਲ ਕਰ ਰਿਹਾ ਆ restructure ਕਰਨ ਦਾ ਕਿਸ ਨੂੰ mode of the transport and transport networks ਨੂੰ ਵੀ investment in the trans-European networks. राइट मतलब सानू सारे ही उत्ते काम करना पऊगा कल्ले ये नहीं कि प्राइसिंग ते काम करिए सानू लॉजिस्टिक ते टेक्नोलॉजी ते सर्विसेज ते रोड दे उत्ते हर एक जगह ते काम करना पऊगा राइट ऑप्शन comes out to be for your 21st one, and that comes out to be taking all the steps necessary to change the transport patterns. Fourth is the heading for your I paragraph. This is all about your paragraph headings.